hello again, and thanks for returning to Classic Dirt Bike TV and to my final video posting from the 2025 Offroad Festival that was held here in the fantastic grounds of Drumlanrig Castle. Now, I know that it's taken quite a while to get all of this footage up and running on my YouTube channel, but I've certainly been very busy since this event finished, which was near the end of August, but thankfully it's all culminating now in this last video, which I think will be video number 13 in the series. And in this featured posting here, we're going to take a look at the final 4 races from the Sunday afternoon. So this is the non-qualifier and Grand National races, which of course finished off the race programme for the Sunday afternoon. So anyhow, let's get straight down to the start line for the first of those races, which is the classic Grand National non-qualifiers race, which will be followed up by the Grand National itself for the riders that did qualify for the main event. And as you can see, this is race number 17 out of 20 races for the Sunday afternoon. And some of the riders on the line there. We've got Andy Malik on the CZ. We've got Matty Taylor there on that lovely Jawa bike that we had a look at in our paddock. Just about good to go. Our race starter Darren Hudson raises the 5-second board, and as the riders leave the line, Matty Taylor's made a good start there, number 15 on the big Jawa. But as they head up the hill for the very first time, I think that's Ryan McMaster, number 303, who's your race leader. Number 139 there is Craig Holmes on his BSA. Andy Malik just going past there, number 431. So as these guys begin lap 1, there's your race leader. That's number 303, and that's Ryan McMaster, another one of the Irish contingent that have made the journey to Drumlanrig this year. There's been a very good turnout of Irish riders for this event. Second position, I think, is number 302 just coming through, or number 202, sorry. That will be Craig Preston on his CZ. Number 15 again is Matty Taylor on that lovely Jawa. Big machine that. Number 139 Craig Holmes looks like he's in 4th, but as they come round to complete lap 1, it's that man there, number 303 Ryan McMaster, your race leader. There's your second place man, number 202 Craig Preston. Number 17 Mike Van de Merwe is making headway to the front of the pack on that lovely RM370 Suzuki. And of course this Grand National non-qualifiers race also includes some of the pre-74 bikes, as you've probably by now gathered. It's not just the classic bikes in this race, there's some of the pre-74s in this race as well, as you can gather. So there's your race leader, number 303 Ryan McMaster on the 380 Czechoslovakian CZ. So he's coming round to complete another racing lap. We're just waiting on our second place man coming through now. I think it could be your second placed rider now, number 17 Mike Van de Merwe on that lovely RM370 Suzuki, a quite rare machine to still see racing these days. Now we're looking at number 43 or 431, that's Andy Malik from Burlington in Angus in Scotland, and number 766 just going through there is Andrew Brown on his Honda 250. So it looked like Ryan McMaster looking very comfortable here at the front. He's got quite a decent lead over our second place man, so Ryan coming up the hill to complete another racing lap, so he's going well there on that Czechoslovakian 380 CZ. There's your second place man, number 17. That's Mike Van der Merwe on his Suzuki. We're looking at number 139, that's Craig Holmes on his BSA. And we're now taking a look at number 66, that's Gordon Brown, who's also riding a 250 Honda 4-stroke. Andy Malik, number 43 on his CZ. He's going quite well there. Part of the Scottish contingent that's taking part here at Drumlanrig this weekend. But as your race leader on his final lap of this non-qualifiers race, so it looks like it's going to be a win for number 303 Ryan McMaster as he makes his way up the hill to take the checkered flag. In second position as they cross the line, it's going to be Mike Van der Merwe there, number 17 on the 370 Suzuki, and it's going to be Craig Holmes who takes that third place position. There he is there. And in fourth position, it's going to be number 43 Andy Malik. So that was the race for the non-qualifiers in the Classic Grand National. Now it's time to watch the big boys in action, the Grand National proper, and this is going to be race 18. So as the riders leave the line, let's have a look at... Oh, Jesus, God. Looks like, I think that was Greg Speed that took a tumble there at the start line, so we'll have a look and see if he can get that bike back up and running again. I'm not entirely sure what happened to Greg Speed. You can see him there just at the front of the pack. I don't know if he got crossed up in one of those ruts, but he's certainly taken a right tumble on his BSA, but he looks okay. Yeah, looks like we've got another rider that's dropped his bike. I think that's number 158. I think that's Andy Robinson on his YZ Yamaha. But as we head to the front of this Classic Grand National race, it's number 62, Chris Woodward, your race leader, from number 824, Lee Kelly in second position. James Thompson is currently in third, but it looks like Lee Kelly's going to make a move on Chris Woodward for that track position. Lee Kelly goes round the outside and takes the lead of this race, so it's Lee Kelly first who leads James Thompson at number 26 in second position. So it's the BSA versus the John Alfred Prestwich Jap machine. Chris Woodward now in third place. Fourth is Andy Hinchcliffe. Number 98 is Liston Bell. Number 235 is Sam Alderman. Number 84 on the Michael is Kyle McClure. Harry Stitt just making his way through as we take a look at number 5. That's Wayne Partington. Looks like Greg Speed is going to retire from this race, which is a bit of a shame because he made a decent start. But as we begin lap 2, it's the man from Cullybackey, number 26, James Thompson from Northern Ireland, your new race leader. There's your second place man, number 824, Lee Kelly. He's another rider that's ridden very well here this weekend. It looks like Andy Hinchcliffe has now moved up into his third position. Whoops. That back end of that Elsinore bouncing all over the place there, but as our race leader comes up to complete another lap, it's number 26, James Thompson on the Cecil Pearson Rickman Jap. Second place should be number 824, Lee Kelly, just going through. Andy Hinchcliffe looks like he's going to have a go for that second place position. Number 5, as they come up the hill again, is Wayne Partington. Number 125 is Ian Stainton on the 4-stroke Clues Stroker. So it looks like James Thompson is beginning to stretch a lead here on lap 3, but I think this race could be stopped because I think we've got a rider lying on the track, and I think that's number 186. I think that's Steve Van Dom that's been injured. Medics just giving him some treatment there, but this is going to be a complete restart of this race. So this is a complete restart of the Classic Grand National, and this also gives Greg Speed another opportunity to line up in this pack. So although I think Greg was going to be retiring from this race after that spill at the start, it looks like he's lined up once again to have a second go. So we're just waiting on our official starter, putting that 15-second board up. The thumbs up to all the riders to make sure the engines are running. The 15-second board is up, and we're just waiting on Darren turning it to 5 as the gate drops and the riders leave the line. A good start by James Thompson. Andy Hinchcliffe's also made a good start. Greg Speed's going round the outside this time, trying to steer clear of any trouble, but as they make their way up the hill, it's James Thompson, your early race leader. Number 161 there is Joseph Dent. It looks like another rider with a few problems. Number 17, I'm not sure who that is. It might be Darren Wheelhouse. But no such problems for this man at the front of the pack. Number 26, James Thompson, leads number 6, Andy Hinchcliffe, whose race number is usually number 224. But as I said, I think that's a borrowed bike that Andy's riding. Is your third place man at number 824, Lee Kelly. But here's your race leader coming round to complete another lap. It's number 26. James Thompson on one of Cecil Pearson's many Rickman Japs that he's brought over from Northern Ireland for this event. So James Thompson's your race leader from number 6, Andy Hinchcliffe. Lee Kelly was being challenged there for that third place position. That's John Sinnott just going through there on his CZ, and number 72, Mauro Gotet on that very nice KTM 250. But there's no question this man here has been the star of the field in this vintage formula over the course of the 3 days at Drumlanrig. I think James has won every single race that he's taken part in on the Cecil Pearson Jap. So I think if he crosses the finish line and wins this race, that will be 6 race wins from 6 starts. Here's the battle for second position between number 6, Andy Hinchcliffe on the CR 250 Elsinore, and Lee Kelly on the BSA. That Elsinore's doing some smoke in there, so I don't think that's entirely normal, but doesn't look very healthy from my point of view. We're looking at number 58 there, that's Martin Kelly. Number 161 is Joseph Dent. Number 873, I think that's Nathan Jones on that lovely MX Yamaha. But I think this race is going to have to be stopped for a second time because we do have another rider on the deck. So James Thompson's coming round to complete another lap, but I think we're going to have to all head back to the start line for the second time of asking, because that rider is on the track. So I don't think this is going to be the conclusion of this race, but yes it is. It's going to be a complete race restart. So anyhow, we're back at the start line for this race restart take 2, as the 5-second board is now raised. So, whoops, Wayne Partington popped a massive wheelie as he left at the start gate there, but Greg Speeds made a fantastic start as they head up the hill to begin lap 1. James Thompson is in second position. Sam Alderman's also made a good start there in third place as we take a look at number 98. That's at Liston Bell. So hopefully in this restart we'll get this race done and dusted eventually, but on lap 1, as you can see, it's James Thompson, number 26. Liston Bell, number 98, is in second. position. That looks like Chris Winder in third place. I think Chris Winder's also borrowed a 125 Honda from Steve Dent, so there's a lot of chopping and changing and borrowing of bikes to take part in this final classic Grand National race. Liston Bell in second position. There's your third place man, Chris Winder, on Steve Dent's lovely CR125. So Chris Winder in third place there. Sam Alderman on the Wasp framed Jap machine is in fourth place. We're looking at number 41, that's John Sinnott. And there's Mauro Gotek just behind John Sinnott on his KTM 250. So anyhow, James Thompson appears to have a decent lead over second place man now, who is Chris Winder. So it looks like Chris Winder's passed Liston Bell's Triumph for that second place position. And as I said earlier, if James Thompson eventually takes the win in this race, then that will be 6 races that he's won over the course of the weekend. And that's not forgetting, of course, winning the grass track event on the Friday night. So from James's point of view, a very highly successful 3 days overall for the man from Kalibaki in Northern Ireland. And we've got a good battle going on there between number 98 Liston Bell on the Triumph Twin and Chris Winder on that little 125 two-stroke. We're looking at number 58, I think that's Martin Kelly on the 250 Honda Elsinore. But I think Cecil Pearson will be well pleased at the performance of his Japs here at Drumlanrig for 2025, and this man in particular has been the star of the show once again, number 26 James Thompson. There's your second placed man, number 585. That's, as I said, that's Steve Dent's 125 Honda, but it's Chris Winder, the pilot, sitting on top. Third place should be that man there, number 98, Liston Bell on the Triumph Twin. So Liston is currently in third position. Number 14 is Daniel Mason on his YZ125 Yamaha. But I do hope you've enjoyed everything that we've shown you from Drumlanrig Castle for 2025, and don't forget to hit that like button and maybe even leave a comment in the appropriate section of your YouTube player. But of course, you can always subscribe to my channel as well, because if you do that very small thing, then every time I upload a brand new video, you'll be notified immediately. And don't forget, we will be posting more classic dirt bikes and other related videos throughout the winter close down. So why not just take the opportunity to join the other 20,500 subscribers that are enjoying my video content. So as this race heads towards its conclusion, these riders are just crossing the line to start their final lap. We're looking at number 5. That was Wayne Partington. Number 32 is Dale Morton on his lovely 250 Voltaco Persang. So we're just waiting on our race leader coming round the corner. So as he heads towards the checkered flag, the official final track positions is going to be a win for this man here, number 26, James Thompson. In second place, it's going to be number 6, Chris Winder on CR125 Honda. Third place is going to go to number 98, Liston Bell on the Triumph Twin. And fourth position is going to be number 80, Milan Polokovic. And in fifth position, it's going to be another good finish for Sam Alderman. So that now brings us on to the non-qualifiers for the Twinshock Grand National. And of course, this is race 19 out of 20. So these are the non-qualifiers for the Twinshock class. And we'll have the Twinshock Grand National, which is the last race of the day, immediately after this. So, as you can gather, this will be the penultimate race of the weekend. So I think we've got about 14 bikes lined up for this Twinshock non-qualifiers race. And of course, as I said, immediately after this we'll have the final race of the weekend. But looks like we're just about good to go. We're just waiting on our race starter, Darren Hudson, raising that 15-second board, which he does now, shortly to turn to 5 seconds. I'm just waiting on that gate to drop as it does now, and as the riders head into turn 1. That's a good start there by, I think that's number 18, that could be Connor Payton there on the 490 Michael. Dean Bull is also in a good start there in second position on the big 480 Honda. Andy Farr is currently in third position as these guys make their way across the line to begin lap 1. So we're looking to the far side of the track to pick up our race leader, and it looks like it's still Connor Payton on that number 18 490 Michael. Again, I think that's a borrowed bike. I think that's Jim Colligan's 490 Michael race machine that Connor's riding, and he's got a decent lead here on lap 1 as he comes across the rise. So it's Connor Payton, your race leader. Second position is that man there, number 368. That's Andy Farr on the 490 Michael. Andy's another rider that's went very well here at Drumlanrig this weekend. So he's currently in second position as they cross the finish line. And I'm pretty sure that was number 396 in third position there. That was Keith Burse on his JBR Honda. Number 159 is Kevin Allen on the big KTM Rotax. But at the front of this non-qualifiers race, it's still number 18, Connor Payton, being chased by these two here. That's number 368 Andy Farr, and number 396 in third position there. That's Keith Burse on the JBR 4-stroke Honda. But Connor Payton coming around to complete lap 2. Second position is currently now Keith Burse on the 4-stroke Honda, so he's your second place man, being chased by Andy Farr as they cross the line to complete another lap. So we're looking at number 3, that's Graham Miller on his 250 Husqvarna. Number 101 is Colin Neal, and number 156 is Graham Chalice. So we're back with our race leader again, number 18, Connor Payton. As I said, I'm pretty sure that's a borrowed bike that Connor's riding. I'm sure that bike belongs to Jim Colligan, so Connor's obviously borrowed it to take part in this non-qualifiers race, but he's coming up the hill now to complete another lap. He's got a decent lead over the second place man, which is that man there, number 368, Andy Farr. So Andy Farr back in second position once again. We're looking at number 126 there, who is of course Charlie Copeland. He's just crossing the line to begin another lap. But it's definitely been a packed 3 days of non-stop action at this event in 2025, between all of the grass track races on the Friday night and the 42 races that we've brought you here on the Scrambles track from both the Saturday and the Sunday. And I also believe that this year's Offroad Festival had one of the biggest entry of riders since the Drumlanrig Castle meeting began back in 2017. And in fact, I think I even heard that there was a reserve list of around 100 riders hoping to still get a ride this year. So that all certainly bodes well for interest in the 2026 weekend. We're looking at number 126 again, Charlie Copeland, as he comes round to start his final lap of this Twinshock non-qualifiers race. But this young man here has certainly been the star of the field in this non-qualifiers race. It's going to be a win for this man here, number 18, Connor Payton, on the Jim Colligan 490 Michael. So he takes the win, and in second position it looks like it's going to be number 368, Andy Farr, who's going to take that runner-up spot. So another good ride there by Andy Farr on his 490 Michael. Right, so that brings us on to what will be our final race of the weekend here at Drumlanrig 2025. So this will be the Twinshock Grand National, and as I said, it's the final race of the day. Once again being sponsored by Fraser Dykes and AMD Contract Services. So it's been another cracking event here at this Offroad Festival weekend, and as I said, I do hope you've enjoyed everything that we've brought you from this year's Scramble. Right, so we're just about good to go. We're just making sure that all the bikes are up and running, and the 15-second board is just about to be raised, which it does now, shortly to be 5 seconds, as the gate drops and the final race from Drumlanrig 2025 gets underway. It looks like Graham Blacklock's made a good start, but I think it's Brad Todd there with the early lead on the 480 Honda, but Graham Blacklock going round the outside, so it's Graham Blacklock, your race leader, as they cross the line to start at lap 1. So let's pick up our race leaders on lap 1, and it's definitely Brad Todd, your race leader. That's the bike without any numbers on it. That's a 480 two-stroke Honda. He's been chased by Graham Blacklock there, number 23, and I'm pretty sure that's another borrowed bike that Graham's riding. I'm sure that's Raymond Thompson's 490 Michael that Graham's riding, but he's doing well there in second position as they crest the hill for the first time. In third position, I'm pretty sure it's number 119, that's Martin Jones in third spot as they come up the hill to complete lap 1. There's your third place man, Martin Jones, number 119. So he's made a good start in this final race of the day. And I think that was Terry House just going through there in fourth place. You can see Ryan Ireland's also taking part in this race, so there's some quick riders in this Twinshock Grand National. But here's the scrap at the front of this pack between Brad Todd in first position and Graham Blacklock in second. It's currently Martin Jones who is still in third position, but he's been chased down by Terry House in fourth. So as our race leaders come towards us, it's currently Brad Todd with the advantage over that man there, number 23 or number 214, Graham Blacklock. So it's a good scrap between these two very quick riders as they cross the finish line to begin another racing lap. Looks like Graham Blacklock is going to try and make a move on Brad Todd as they head up the hill. Number 124 there is James Haddo. Number 95, I think that could be Aaron Murphy there, number 95 on the 250 Red Rocket. But you can see there's absolutely nothing to choose between these two at the front. Brad Todd on the 480 Honda and Graham Blacklock on the 490 German Michael. So Brad Todd once again coming through to complete another racing lap, so he's doing very well here at the front and in full command of this final race of Drumlanrig Castle 2025. Graham Blacklock going through there in second position as we take a look at number 291. That's Robert Smith, and he's another rider that's done very well here at Drumlanrig this weekend. So So it's currently Brad Todd who leads Graham Blacklock. So there's your race leader, Brad Todd. Graham's got something trailing in the bottom of that back wheel. I think that could be the anchor for the back brake, so I hope Graham doesn't touch that back brake, because I think that brake anchor is trailing on the ground there. So I think if he touches that back brake, he might be in a bit of trouble. But there's your third place man, Terry House, number 66. So these guys are on their final lap of this Twinshock Grand National, and if everything goes according to plan, it looks like it's going to be a win for Brad Todd on the 480 Honda. So he comes around the corner for the very last time. We've just the uphill section to complete now, so it's going to be a win for Brad Todd as he takes the checkered flag. Second place is going to go to Graham Blacklock on the Raymond Thompson Michael, and it's going to be a third place finish for number 119 Martin Jones as he takes the checkered flag. Fourth is going to go to Terry House, and just to round up the top five, it's going to be Michael Smith in fifth position. So that more or less completes everything from Drumlanrig Castle 2025. Well, there you go. That just about concludes everything that went down over the course of the 3 days here at this 2025 Offroad Motorsport Festival here at Drumlanrig Castle. It's been a fantastic weekend, and even the weather played its part this time. So again, a big thank you to the Galloway Motorcycle Club and all of the sponsors that helped out to make this event such a success. And a big mention here to Fraser Dykes at AMD Contracts, because I know that Fraser and his team and machines have put in a lot of work to make this event possible. So well done to Fraser. Now we're already looking forward to 2026, and if I'm invited, I'll certainly make the point of returning to this fantastic venue. So that just about finishes up everything that went down over the course of this weekend. And one other mention, thanks to Lenore Morrison there for the shirt. She made this shirt especially for me, so as you can see, Lenore, I'm wearing it with pride, and thanks very much. But from everybody here at Drumlanrig Castle 2025, it's cheerio for now.